The word nigger is arguably one of the most problematic words in the English language. But that would be based on the context and the perspective you're coming from. Obviously, that would be the case for black people, but not necessarily the case for everyone. I think if somebody's accustomed to being called a retard and denigrated and dehumanized around that term, and then you turn around and call them nigger, they're not going to feel the sting of that necessarily. I mean, it has a context and people apply it in a lot of different places, but you know, nigger's not the word that is the ultimate insult. But obviously it's a problematic word for black people, though one of the things that people need to understand about the word nigger is that it wasn't always a problem for black folk. I believe that the word nigger became a problem after black people achieved freedom. Before we had freedom, we were considered property. So I'd like to use an equation that W.E.B. Du Bois contributed to me developing, and it's from his existential question, how does it feel to be a problem? He says this in Souls of Black Folks of Our Spiritual Strivings, and he asked the question because he says it's the penultimate question for all black folk around that time who were trying to transition into whiteness, who were trying to transition into American society, which basically is adopting your reality to the hegemonic culture. So as a result of that, how does it feel to be a problem? Black people developed a certain level of double consciousness because they were overcompensating, trying to be white as much as possible, not being able to change their skin color, but their identity, trying to morph into a level of consciousness that would be accepted, while at the same time being denigrated for their paint job, for the color of their skin. And the reality is that no matter how much they tried, at the end of the day, they were going to always still be black, or a problem. So, black people before emancipation were property. Okay, after emancipation, they became a problem because while you call somebody the word nigger before emancipation, you call them everything else. I mean, is nigger going to resonate more than anything else? But all of a sudden, I'm free, emancipated, and I'm free, and you're not going to call me JW, you're going to call me nigger? That's the term when I walk on the street that I'm going to hear everywhere I turn? That would be a problem. So for me, the word nigger resonates in a history of morphing from property to problem, and then problem. In another Du Bois issue, our essay from Souls of Black Folks called The Sons of Masters and Man, he talks about the inevitability of the black criminal. And what he basically is saying is, you remove all resources from any group of people, and what are the options going to be? It's going to be a life of crime. So Du Bois, in talking about the relationships between the sons of slaves and the sons of slave masters, he talked about the inevitability of the black criminal, how black women were going to have to go to prostitution to feed their families, how black men were going to have to rob and steal and do what they need to do to feed their families, to feed themselves. I mean, it was inevitable. So for me, when somebody says the word nigger, they're lacing an equation. P equals C equals N. Problem equals criminal equals nigger. When somebody says the word nigger, what they are really saying is that this person that I'm calling a nigger, I see as a problem, I see as criminal or criminal-like, and that's the underwriting statement behind the word nigger. And for the record, the reason why I would call my book The Nigger in You is because I make the assertion that that phenomenon with the word nigger applies with all the other phenomenons as well. Retard, you're a problem, you're different. You're so different that we don't know what to do with you. You know, so if we can't legalize you away, we can moralize you away. You're not part of the functional culture. So P equals C equals R in that case. Problem equals criminal equals retard. Or problem equals criminal equals a gay person. That would be called fag. And that problem equals criminal equals woman who has too much of a voice, especially at certain times in our society, and society was trying to manage her and keep her less than. That equation is the reason why I call my book The Nigger in You, because each group that's unique can feel the sting, the bite of that equation.